Welcome. Thank you for joining the program. Thank you for joining. You're welcome wherever you are joining from. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Like and share the program. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You're welcome. You're welcome. Like and share the program. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining the program. Wherever you are joining us from, we appreciate you and we welcome you. We say happy Sunday to everyone that is watching us wherever you are watching from. If you are watching from Biafra land, you are watching us from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, whichever part of the world you are watching us from, we welcome you and we say, may Chukwu continue to guide and protect you. We are sorry we came late on the program as scheduled due to certain issues. We were not able to make it on time, but all the same, we thank Chukwu and finally we are here. You are welcome. Please, if you are hearing me clearly, do let us know. Indicate to let us know you are getting the information and you're hearing us. If you are hearing us, let us know that you are hearing us. Welcome you. I thank you for being there this morning, Sunday morning. So many of us who are Christians will be going to the churches. So many of us who are having their weekends and resting at home, some are going to their church. Some also have gone to their church and come back according to their own region. And what we are going to have this morning is a Sunday sermon. So wherever you are watching from, we appreciate you and welcome you. Some of us have already gone to our own churches and we come back. Some of us have gone to church already and we're back. Some are preparing to go. And some who are not able to go to church will join us this morning here to worship. Remember that Biafra is our religion. We also worship as a Biafran any place we find ourselves at any point in time. And this morning, this Sunday morning, this blessed Sunday morning, we are going to worship together here as a Biafran. I am speaking to you. I am a Christian. I have gone to church and I'm back. But I will never forget worshiping as a Biafran. Biafra is my religion. I I am first of all a Biafran before I became anything I am. And as I've always told you, that it is Biafra first. It is Biafra first. No matter what happens, no matter what you bring to us, in anything we do, we consider our first religion, which is Biafra. And my Biafranness is not at war with my Christianity. I am a Christian at the same time, a full-fledged Biafran. That is why after going to church, I still come back here to worship as a Biafran. Remember, our Prime Minister, our Supreme Master Nandekara, have always reminded us that Biafra is our religion. If you know the same way you respect your religion, that same way you hold your religion to high esteem, that is the same way we hold Biafra close to our heart, and we will continue to do so. So wherever you are watching me from, please do indicate for us and let me know that you're hearing me before I proceed. Let me know that you are hearing me loud and clear. I want to be sure that you are hearing me before I could continue. Type on the comment section, tell me if you can hear me loud and clear. Tell me if you can hear me loud and clear. I'm waiting to read from the comment section. Let me know that you're hearing me loud and clear. And I appreciate everyone that has connected and those who are going to connect in time to come. I welcome every one of you, those who have joined and those who are going to join. I welcome every one of you. We are here this blessed Sunday morning doing what we know how to do best. Remember, in this very platform, we do not come here to preach violence. Thank you so much for that response. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that very response. I'm glad you can hear me. Tunnel Light Trillion. Thank you so much, Tunnel Light Trillion. Tunnel Light Trillion, thank you so much. So, I want you to know that in this very platform, as we always have reminded people and tell people that we do not promote violence, neither do we instigate violence. We don't preach hate, neither do we instigate hate. In this platform, we do not fight against individuals or people. We don't gossip. We don't play saga. This is a platform that is working under the Biafra Republic of Exile, on the command of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Master Nandekano. That is where we stand. That is where we will continue to be, to make difference and to encourage Biafrans to stand on their rights. What we do in this platform every moment we come online is to make sure we sensitize people so that people can hold on to their rights. Biafran people more especially to hold on to their right and never be deceived or distracted. I am here once again, as always, to remind you that it is our duty to pay attention to the authorities in Biafra land. Today, when I say authority in Biafra land, you should know that the only authority in Biafra land today is the Biafra Republic of Exile. Take it or leave it. If you are a Biafran in Biafra land, and up till now you have not realized or know that the Biafra Republic of Exile is in charge in Biafra land, it means you are deceiving yourself. It means you are deceiving yourself. No matter how you continue to deceive yourself or to pretend, it will not change anything. The Biafra Republic of Exile is in charge in Biafra land. And the only authority you should listen to is the Biafra Republic of Exile under Master Simon Ekpa and the de facto government in Homeland. We have been saying it and shouting it. Some are pretending that it's not happening and they are not hearing. But I want to let you know that after what transpired yesterday, and if you are still there deceiving yourself, if you are still there confusing yourself, if you are still there pretending not to know what is right, I bet you are going to face the consequence of your action in full force. And when the consequence of your action comes, you will face it. You don't blame anybody, you blame yourself. You blame yourself. Yesterday, the Biafran people spoke in a loud voice in Okigwe State, Olu State, and the Warrior State. Biafrans have detached themselves from the Zoological Republic and anything that has to do with them and their politics. Yesterday, Biafran has spoken very loud that they have a leader. Biafran yesterday confirmed that they will no longer permit anything that is coming from the Zoological Republic. Biafrans has made it clear that they can no longer listen to any blackmail or propaganda coming from the enemy in the zoo. Biafran has made it clear that the delegitimization of the Zoological Republic government has taken a full speed. And I bet you, in that delegitimization, every one of us as an individual has a role to play. And the Biafrans have shown in full force that they are standing in one voice, in one strength, and focus on our collective interests. I appreciate every Biafran, more especially Biafran that are in Biafra land. Every Biafran, more especially Biafran that are in Olu State, in Okigwe State, and in Owerri State. I appreciate every one of you for the strong foundation that you are helping us to lay, for laying a strong and solid foundation that is unshakable. I appreciate every Biafran in Biafra land, more especially Olu State, Okigwe State, and the Owerri State. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of you. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to strengthen every single one of you. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. As you have shown to the world that we are good to go, as you have represented us in the presence of the world, so Chukwu Okike Abiama will represent you every minute of your life. No evil shall befall you. No forces of darkness will have power over you. No matter what the enemy threw at you, no matter what the Janjaweed threw at you, no matter what the terrorist uniform threw at you, they will never, ever, ever succeed. I appreciate every one of you who has given us a voice once again in Biafra land. It is clear, even to the deaf and dumb, that yes, the delegitimization of the Zoological Republic have been activated in full force, and nothing can change that. Wherever you are watching this program from, any place you are in the part of the world as a Biafran, please give an accolade to Biafrans who are in Olu State, Okigwe State, and Owerri State. They have done us well and they have made us proud. Yesterday was a massive response. It was a 100% compliance on the no election in the Zoological Republic, in Imo State to be precise. The no election that the Biafran people agreed on and our Prime Minister pronounced was fully adhered to yesterday. And we have seen a lot of evidence to that. You have seen a lot of evidence to that. And from this time onwards, the delegitimization of the Zoological Republic has intensified. And as I speak to you, the Biafran Liberation Army are taking the front stage and they are defending and protecting our life and property. And as the day go by, you have heard our Prime Minister, as he said, that every one of us know that the best form of defense is attack. Today, the Biafran Liberation Army are going on offensive, not only on defensive, because the best form of defense is attack. We cannot allow the terrorists to regroup and come after us. We cannot allow the terrorists to gather and come after us. We know that they will gather. We know that they will try together, but the Liberation Army is going to do everything humanly possible to see that they are shattered, disgraced, and teared into pieces. Every one of you in Biafra land that has made us proud, may Chukwu protect you, may Chukwu bless you. And in today's program, if you have any prayer to say to our brothers and sisters in Olu State, in Okigwe State, in Owerri State, if you have any word of congratulation, any word of praise, if you have any question, any advice, any information, click that link, come in and join me on this platform. The link is still open for every Biafra. You can click that link, make use of that link, come in. The link I pinned on that very comment section, click that link, join me on the stage, make your plea, say your prayers to our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, give your word of thanks to the Biafra Program and Exile, the Liberation Army, our Prime Minister, and our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Remember, in this platform, it is always an interactive section, and we have to make it interactive and memorable. I appreciate every one of you, and even today, Biafrans are still taking their time and obeying instructions. May Chukwu guide and protect every Biafrans. Biafrans are ready and willing to go against all the distractions, against all the false informations, against all the words that are coming from east, west, north, and south to weaken you. Biafrans are standing firm and doing what they're supposed to do. We pray and say, may Chukwu continue to strengthen every Biafran. I thank you all for all that you have done, all that you are to do, and more that you are going to do. The journey has not yet finished. But I thank Chukwu that you have laid a strong foundation. May Chukwu protect you. Not only that, I also appreciate everyone that participated in the fundraising yesterday. There was a fundraising of the ESN yesterday, and Biafrans turned up in good numbers, as usual. In a very critical day, in a day where things are happening, the people who are living in the diaspora are not left behind. No Biafra is left behind. Even as at yesterday, in that fundraising, Biafrans, we are raising funds from east, west, north, south. Biafrans, we are responding and making their contributions. That is the right thing to do. Biafrans, we are sowing on a fertile ground yesterday. If you have not yet sowed, there is still time. The fundraising is not ending and it doesn't expire. You can go to the link. The link is always there. Just look for the flyer, the original flyer that is being shared. You can go to the platform of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samoneba, or any platform that belongs to Biafra. Just look at the flyer. You are going to see the link on how to make payment. Follow the link. Click on the link and it will direct you. Follow each step by step and you make your contribution. No amount is too small. Every contribution that you make today is valid because we have to sustain the progress we have made so far. It must be sustained. The progress that we made so far must be sustained. We cannot afford to go back. We cannot afford to gamble. We cannot afford to lose focus. We cannot afford to allow the enemy to penetrate. Fellow Biafrans that are watching, I want you to understand that there is time for everything. For those of us who are Christian, the book of Ecclesiastes says that there is time for everything. A time to be born, a time to die, a time for peace, a time for war, a time for merriment, a time for suffering. And I want to let you know that this time around in Biafra land, it is a time for war. In this time of war, you must be able to pay attention and do what you are supposed to do. That is defending yourself by all means humanly possible. You must make sure that you are at the right place at the right time. You must make sure that you are taking every single precaution that has to be taken during the wartime. Take precaution. Do not leave yourself empty. Do not expose yourself to danger. Do not go to areas that are unnecessary. There is no point for going for any celebration. This is not the time to party. If I were you, anybody that invites you for any party at this time, ignore them. They don't know what they are doing. Those of you who are hearing this gospel in Biafra land today, wherever you are and you're hearing my voice, if I were you, do not honor any call for any party. Do not honor any call that does not represent the interests of the Biafran people. This is not a time for merriment. We still have a whole lot of time to party as much as we can. We have a lot of time to enjoy for as much as we can. But this present time that we're in, it is a time of war. And you have to take precaution. Mind where you go, mind where you say, mind what you say, mind the people you interact with. Be security conscious at all times. If you have a reason to go out, go straight to your destination and come back home. If you do not have any reason to go out, stay indoor. Stay with your family. Pay attention to your environment because they are going to come. You know their modus operandi. Whenever they come, they go after the innocent citizens. They don't have the balls to face the Biafran Liberation Army. That is very clear and certain. The enemy we are up against, they do not have the balls to face the Biafran Liberation Army. All they do is to go for a soft spot. Each time they are defeated, they focus their attention on the innocent citizens. Each time they are defeated, they channel their energy on the innocent citizens. But I bet you, it does not matter how long they continue to try. It does not matter how long they continue to confuse themselves. They will be destroyed in Biafran territory. Any man or woman who has left his home, left his destination to come to Biafra land to take life, that measure they want to use to measure for us, we are going to use the same measure to measure for them. The same cup they are using to measure for us, we are going to use that cup to measure for them. They will have a taste of what they are cooking. Wherever you are in Biafra land, I urge you to please do not allow anybody to deceive you. Time has come when you have to apply your common sense to every single thing you do. Today is Sunday. For those who have gone to church and come back, you have prayed for Biafra, which is the right thing to do. There's nothing wrong in praying. There's nothing wrong in being submissive to the word of Chukwu. There's nothing wrong in worshiping anywhere you want to worship. But in your worship, you should always put Chukwu first. And do not fold your hands after worshiping. We do not base on prayers alone. After praying, you have to go out and do the job. Prayer without work is useless. It has been said time and time again in your various churches, in your various mosques, in your discussions, that prayer without ceasing, prayer without work is useless. After we have prayed and prayed and prayed, we have to put our prayer to action. Those things you are supposed to do, you need to start preparing yourself to do it. If you are a Biafran today, I urge you to challenge yourself and have something you'll be doing for Biafra. Challenge yourself. It does not matter where you are. It does not matter your location. It does not matter how old you are or how young you are. There is something you can do for Biafra. If you are genuinely a Biafran, challenge yourself. When you look right, left, and center, and you see that you don't have an assignment that you're doing for Biafra, I bet you, my beloved brother and sister, you are not doing yourself any good. Pick up a responsibility. Choose one thing that you'll be doing for Biafra. Choose one thing. There must be one thing you are doing as a Biafra. If you are genuinely a Biafra, I mean, you are from the old southeastern region, the present south, and the southeast of the lower Benue. Any place you are in that territory, and your mother is trying to be a rapper, this message is for you. This message is for you. You must pick a responsibility for Biafra. Take something you are going to be doing on behalf of Biafra. It is a must. If there is nothing you are doing for Biafra, you are not helping matters. Do not pretend not to know what to do. There are so many to do. If it is prayer, pray earnestly and add fasting to your prayer. If it is evangelism, continue to evangelize to everybody you come across, online and offline. When you meet any video that is made by members of Biafra, the Republic of Israel, genuine agitators, share those videos and make it go viral. Share the videos and make it go viral. Engage in radical evangelism, online and offline. It is something to do. If you are blessed financially, your money can do your job for you. Your money can go a long way to do the job. Make your contribution. Every one of us know that this struggle where we are today, it needs money. The restoration of Biafra cannot succeed without money. It needs money. Everything we are doing today takes money. It needs commitment, financial commitment. In as much as we know that we are not all blessed equal. Some of us are blessed more than the others. Some don't even have a job, and some have a job. If you are positioned in that way, where you can make a contribution, if Chukwu Okike have placed you in a place where you can make a contribution, please do not hesitate. Do not hesitate to make that contribution. For as much as you give to this struggle, Chukwu Okike will enlarge your coast. If you donate to the restoration of Biafra, if you give to the pursuit of Chukwu Okike, you donate to the ESN, to our volunteers, you donate to keep them strong and make available instruments for them. Chukwu Okike will bless you abundantly and he will never leave you alone. The people that are sponsoring this very movement, it is Biafrans, you and I. We do not have any organization anywhere sponsoring. We don't have any government sponsoring us. The Biafrans are sponsoring their freedom. And we are not the first people to do it. The Israelites did their own and they succeeded. Today they have a state of Israel, one of the strongest nations in the whole world. And in our own time, we are going to sponsor ourselves into freedom. Biafrans are already doing that. If you have not keyed in, financial contribution is very necessary. Go and make a contribution, no matter how small, no matter how big. According to how Chukwu Okike has blessed you, go and do it. Because we are not waiting for the rich. We know that in Biafra land, we have billionaires in dollars. We have millionaires in dollars. We have billionaires in pounds. We have millionaires in pounds. They are everywhere. But don't expect them to be part of this. Do not expect them to be part of it. Because that is how it works. Those of them who feel that they are comfortable, whatever you are saying doesn't concern them. Whatever you are doing doesn't concern them. Whether we die or we live, it is not their business. Those ones, don't expect them to invest in the restoration of Biafra. Most of the time, you find that it is the middle class and the poor that always invest in their freedom. When the Israelites were fighting, the Jews were fighting for their state of Israel. When the Jews were fighting, even their rich was even working against them. The millionaires, Jewish millionaires who were in the United States, they were sponsoring evil, attack against their own people. They volunteered their money. Instead of using their money to work for their people, they were using their money to work against their people. And you see the same thing happening in this era that we are in Biafran restoration. You see what is happening. You see some Biafrans dedicating themselves in sponsoring evil against their own. That is why you see a Biafran who will come and begin to push a propaganda against the Prime Minister of Biafra, a man that you know that is standing for you, standing for your children, standing for your unborn children, standing for your generation unborn, and yet, instead of you to support him, you are attacking him. This is the kind of things we see. There are people who are genuine Biafra, with Biafran blood flowing that way, and yet they stand against everything that has to do with your freedom. Some will come and tell you that, what are you saying? Why are you protesting? Why are you doing this? You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You have to remain a slave. And those are the people who call the house nigger. They are comfortable for where they are. They feel comfortable because they can eat from the crumb that fell from the master's table. they feel that they are king. They begin to feel special. Do not listen to such idiots. Do not listen to such cowards. Biafrans are not cowards. We know what we want and we know what we deserve. Biafrans are kings and princes, and we must not allow anybody to take away that right from us. We must not allow any man, any woman existing anywhere to take away that fact that we are kings and princes. We must hold on to it and hold on to it strongly. That is why everywhere you are today, your freedom is on your hand. Fellow Biafrans that are watching far and wide, your freedom is in your hand. You have to be part of this very freedom to free yourself. You have to be part of this very freedom to free yourself. Don't wait for anybody to free you. Do not wait for anybody anywhere. For a very long time, remember, we have waited. Nobody seemed to pay attention. For a very long time, we have been crying and shouting. Nobody is paying attention. But we have gotten to a stage where Biafrans have said enough is enough. Today, the Biafran restoration is in the hand of a pilot who knows the road, of a pilot who is going front and forward and backward never. A pilot who knows the system. That is why you have to count yourself lucky. In this generation of Biafran struggle, it cannot be business as usual. The generation of the Biafrans we have today are people who are going to fight to finish. We are not going to reserve this freedom for any other person. We are not going to reserve the coming of Biafra to another generation. In this our generation, we are going to see it to the end. We have heard our Prime Minister say that he has come to finish what our eternal leader Dim Odubegwu started. And I believe him. When you see the speed at which he's moving, when you see the level at which you know that he doesn't want to be distracted and he cannot be distracted. He cannot be distracted. It does not matter what you think, how you feel, or what you do. It doesn't matter whether you support us or you don't support us. It doesn't matter where you lay your tent or which angle or which thing you believe in your heart. Biafra is going to come. Biafra is here already. The earlier you begin to understand that, the better for you. We are talking about a nation have existed and continue to exist in our hearts. And today, we want to make it a reality. Biafra has come. Biafra has come. From every indication, all the things we are seeing, do you still have a doubt? Do you still have a doubt of the kingdom of God on the planet Earth coming? We know that they don't want it to come. We can see the attack that is coming against the Biafran restoration from all angles. Every Western country is against the coming of Biafra. Ask yourself why. No Western country seems to like to associate themselves with Biafra. They are all silent. Even in the face of death of Biafrans on a daily basis. No one is talking. They pretend not to see. When we were crying, protesting, shouting and writing petitions, none of them paid attention. Amnesty International still have evidences on ground, evidences on picture, evidences on videos of the dehumanization of Biafrans and the loss of life of Biafra, the genocide in Biafra land. Yes, they did nothing. They did nothing. As if that is not enough, the supreme leader of IPOB was kidnapped. Kidnapped from Kenya, tortured for good 8 days. And this man was sent to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. Yes, they suffered him, they tortured him, and they put him through their law court. And their court said, this man is innocent, let him go. But up to this moment, they are still holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity. All we hear is they continue to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as something that they use for a campaign. They continue to use the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to distract themselves and every other person. What we hear is the president will wake up and tell you that it is a governor that is stopping him from raising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A president of a country, the chief of armed staff, the chief of the armed forces in a country, who has all the powers, will come and tell you that a governor is stopping him from releasing the supreme of IPOB. Even when a man, even when the court have said, let him go, and he knows that this man has not committed any criminal, and he wants us to divert our attention to your political games your political pranks, and your political distraction. We are Biafrans and we know what we want and we're not distracted. We know that the power to release Mazen Nandekano lies on the president of the Zoological Republic. It is him that will sign and give order. Once he gives that order, nobody can take it back. And for an idiot to come out and begin to tell us that a governor is stopping him from doing what he's supposed to do. A governor is stopping you from doing what you're supposed to do. You must be mad. You think you are talking to clowns and idiots. We are not. Biafrans are smart and we are wise. We know that the responsibility to sign the list of Mazen Nandekano lies on the president of the Zoological Republic. And once he says that, once he signed that very order, nobody can violate it. As long as Zoological Republic is concerned, he has the final say. He has the final say. So whatever they are talking is trash. Our own belief as Biafran is that the life of Mazen Nandekano and his freedom is in the hand of Chukwu Okike. That is what we believe. And when that time has come, none of them can stop it. When Chukwu Okike made up his mind and announced the leader of Mazen Nandekano, there's nothing any man can do. And it's going to happen very soon. You can continue to pretend, continue to talk with your noses, continue to chew your tongues. You cannot stop the freedom of Mazen Nandekano. When Chukwu Okike announced and pronounced it, no human being can stand against it. That is a fact. That is a fact, and that's what we believe. And that is why you see what we are doing today. Every Biafran, I have to let you know that the freedom of Mazen Nandekano will only be pushed by you. It will only be pushed by you. Everything we are doing today, the only good thing you can do for yourself is to believe and trust on the Biafra Republic of Desire, which is the only government today that exists in Biafra land. The only government that you must listen to. You know, initially they said he has no followers. Initially they say nobody's listening to him. Initially they say we are making things up. But as the day goes by, the international community, the whole world is watching and they are seeing the response of Biafrans to every command that is given in the Biafra Republic of Desire today. You can see the full obedience from all angles. You can see the full compliance of the Biafran people. This is another referendum that you just saw. This is another referendum that you just saw. The compliance of Biafrans in Owerri State, Okigwe State, and Ondo State is a referendum. And the world is taking record. Do not think that they're not watching. They are watching. They are watching. They are observing. And they want to know how serious we are. But I bet you, Biafrans have proven that they are not joking. They are not only serious, but they are already on the door out, on the way out. The delegitimization of the Zoological Republic will intensify as the day go by. We can't look back. We will never, ever, ever look back or surrender to anybody. No. We are kings and princes. And nobody can come from anywhere and begin to manipulate our resources. You can't. They have abused us for a very long time. They have abused us for a very, very long time. And those abuse and insult will not continue. They have used different kinds of means to convince and distract us. They have gone through the traditional rulers in Biafra land. They destroyed our tradition. Traditional rulers are no longer traditional rulers. They cannot stand on their word and defend their own children. In fact, the traditional rulers are the ones giving up their own children for destruction. We saw in this same old Imo State. You saw a video where the traditional rulers came out and they were supporting evil. Traditional rulers came out and they were supporting, even up to date, they are supporting evil. An evil man who has destroyed life and property of Biafra people in that very direction. Every one of us have heard a story of what Hobos Odemma is doing in Biafra land. The destruction of life and property. The way innocent people are losing their lives in the hand of the forces of the zoo in Imo State, sponsored by Hobos Odemma. We heard of a police station that is called Lion Building, where human meats are being thrown everywhere. where people lose their life every second, where human pass is being taken in Imo State under the command of the government. We had a land building, and we had about one Ola, who is there perpetrating all this evil for Hobos Adema. Every one of you that is there, that his name is mentioned and his picture is out, watch it. The land of Biafra will swallow you. The land of Biafra will swallow you. No matter who you think you are, no matter who sent you, no matter who you're working for, and you are taking the innocent blood in Biafra land, you will never go scot-free. You see, the cry of the innocent blood, Chukwu Okikabema always answer. For every innocent blood that is spilled in Biafra land, whoever is involved, you are going to pay dearly for it. Chukwu Okikabema does not keep silent. When the innocent blood is crying to him, remember the story of Abel. Remember the story of Abel when Cain took his life and he thought nobody was seeing him. An innocent brother who did nothing against you. An innocent brother who committed no crime. An innocent brother who did not commit anything only because of your jealousy and envy, simply because he said, I want to be free. If you don't want to be free and your brother wants to be free, how is that a problem? We have said it that it is not compulsory that every one of us will engage in this very struggle. If you don't want to be part of this Biafran struggle, no problem. Just keep yourself away from it, but do not stand against it. Our prime minister have gone far to speak. When the question was asked, he said, if you know you are not comfortable in Biafra land today, if you know you cannot stand the time of trial and challenges, if you know you cannot be able to pay the price, get out of Biafra land now. Pack your bag and baggages and leave Biafra land. When Biafra comes, after our independence, you can come back home. The announcement has been made several times. Because nothing will stop us from the pursuit of Biafra. Nothing. It does not matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. Some of you who are giving an example with their businesses, you saw our prime minister respond to that. That in the pursuit of Biafra freedom, there is going to be hardship. I have always said it, that our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, have never ever promised us roses in this struggle. He never promised us that we're going to sleep and enjoy it. He has always warned us that we should prepare for the tougher days ahead. The Prime Minister of Biafra have always warned that we should prepare for a stronger tax ahead. For those of you who are complaining of hardship, you're complaining of this and that in Biafra, it is going to be tougher. These are prices you have to pay for you to be free. And always remember, we are in a state of war. In a state of war, things are hard. Things are difficult. You don't do what you're supposed to do. You have restrictions on what you do, how you act, even how you eat. We are in a state of war. Understand it and know peace. If you think that there is suffering now, it is still going to be tougher. But tomorrow is CK Konebi. The only thing that will give you the confidence to face any situation is that when you look up and see where you are going, it will all end in praise. When you look up and you see where you're going, you will realize that this is about your freedom. This is about your future. It is about your unborn generation. And in this Biafran struggle, please do not be selfish. If you are in this restoration thinking about yourself, if you are fighting for Biafra because of your own self, you are going to lose it. You are fighting the wrong battle. If you are talking about freedom because of yourself and yourself alone, you are going to miss the road. If you are genuine and sincere, you must have to focus on your generation unborn. That is the difference between us and these people who call themselves the Western world. The citizens abroad, the Western people, the white people to be precise, they specialize, they focus more on accumulating wealth for their generation unborn. They focus more on their future That is why they are more successful. One of the reasons why they are more successful than we, the Africans, the blacks generally, we do not invest on our future. So many of us do not invest in our future. We invest on today. Today. When you get money today, you buy the best clothes, buy the best car, buy the best phone, and once it is done, that money is gone, it's gone. It's not coming back. But our friends and brothers who are on the other side of the world, they invest in their future. They don't invest on today, they invest on their tomorrow. And that is why in every new day that they enter, they become better than they were yesterday. But in our own side, we do not invest in our future. That is why in every new day we enter, we continue to struggle and even we become worse than we were yesterday. If you go to many European countries, they have a project of 20 years, 50 years, 100 years ahead. That is how they are planned. They have a plan 20 years ahead, 50 years ahead, 100 years ahead. And that is why they are not shaking. They prepare ahead of time. But I can tell you that in Nigeria, the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, and other African countries, so many of them do not even have 5 years plan. So many of them do not even have 2 years plan. All they do is to plan today. And the case of the zoo is the worst. In Nigeria, they don't even have a year plan. That is why you see their government is about borrowing. And they borrow that money and share. They don't borrow to invest, they borrow and share. They borrow the money and they share. That is why you see them. And because they have known this idea that people who are in that social group, they just concerned about what they will eat today. They don't care about tomorrow. Because they care about today, not tomorrow. That is why you see them announcing sharing of money. Sometimes they will tell you they're going to share to citizens with 20,000. 15,000, 10,000. And after sharing that money, you will go and buy a cup of rice, eat that cup of rice, you go to the toilet, and that's the end of it. Tomorrow, you remain hungry. Why don't they use that money and invest on the future of the people? They will not. We have to learn to invest in our future. And that is what the Biafrans are doing. The restoration of Biafra, you are seeing, the struggle we are in today, the activation of Biafra is an investment into our future. It is not about our today. I want you to get this mindset that when you see the Biafra restoration we're talking about, it is not about today. It is not about you. It is not about me. It is about our future, our children, our unborn children, our generation unborn, our great-great-grandchildren. It is about them. We don't want them to face the same thing we are facing. That is how to survive and have a meaningful life. But in Africa as a whole, we don't invest in our future. We do not invest in our future. We invest on today. We only wait on what the stomach will eat. As long as we are satisfied for today, they don't care. That is why somebody will be convinced because of a mere chicken change to sell his brother, and he will go ahead and sell his brother. Even when he knows that his brother is fighting for his future. Your brother that you know that is fighting for a future, something that will benefit you. Something that if you put hands together and work towards it, it will benefit you forever and ever. You don't want to do it. A member of the caliphate will come and give you money to sell your brother. Peanut. Give you peanut. 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. How many days is it going to last for you? This is what we see in our coastal region. Coastal region. People who are supposed to be fighting for the freedom of their own people. People who are supposed to be fighting for the other people, they fight for their own pocket. And once they are settled and given some chicken change, they forget about their future. They forget about their future. They give them some little amount of money. And before you know it, they start talking about the cleaning of the area. They start talking about the dehumanization in the area. They start talking about the underdevelopment in the area because of chicken change they were given to them. They don't invest in the future. And their children will come back and still follow on the same path. You are a militant. Your child will grow up and become a militant. Your great-grandchildren will come out and become a militant. You are an agitator. You are just focused on agitating. Your children will come and become an agitator. Your great-grandchildren will become an agitator. Just like these saboteurs we have, these Nigerian IPOBs that we have. They want to make agitation something that is forever. They want to make agitation a career. All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra. You continue to shout all hail Biafra, and you want your children to come back and begin to shout all hail Biafra in agitation. You want your children to come back and still begin to agitate the same agitation you are doing. And our prime minister came on board and he said, enough is enough. We cannot continue on that path. We have to finish what others have started. We are not in agitation anymore. We are in restoration. And that is the way to go. And every blessed day, you see us going closer into the actualization of Biafra to invest in our future. I want you to see the Biafra actualization as investment into your future. I want you to see that your support for Biafra is an investment into your future. It is not investment into today. It is not about today. Every Biafran that is watching me, I am telling you that what we are doing today is not about today. It is about our future. If you think it is about today, you are missing it. It means you are selfish. And there is no selfishness that can save you or give you a better life. Always remember that it is about the collective interest of the people. Do not center this restoration of Biafra on yourself. Don't make it look as if it is about you. It is not about you. It is not about me. That is why you say, whether you die or you live, it will not stop the coming of Biafra. So many of us that are sincere in this struggle today, even if we die in the course of the struggle, we will die happily, knowing fully well that the Biafra is going to come. There are people who are going to fulfill that very thing. So it doesn't matter who is there at last and who is not there. The most important thing, did we achieve what we are fighting for? Did we achieve the freedom we are seeking for? What is going to be the fate of our children? What is going to be the fate of our unborn children? What is going to be the fate of our generation unborn? That is the most important thing. Investing into our future. Think deep into your future. It is not about our today. If it is about today, so many of us can manage our life. If it is about today, do you think that Master Simon Ekpa will leave Finland and begin to fight for you? If it is about today, so many of us already have a better life. If it were to be about today, the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekano, has everything he needs to live a better life. He has a good job, well educated, well learned, handsome, living in Britain with a British passport, a citizen as that matter. If it is about today, Mazen Nandekano will not be in the nation. If it is about today, Mazen Nandekano has no business being in the nation. But it is about your future. It is about a generation unborn. If it is about today, Mazi Simon Ekpa will not leave all his comfort in Finland and continue to run around, stay awake, preach every day, receive insult every day. The only reason why every one of us is tolerating what you are tolerating today is because it's about our future, about our generation unborn. We want to store treasure for our children. We want to store treasure for our children. That is why we are fighting to build a system that we are going to hand over to our children. No sensible person will like to hand over zoological property to his own children. We cannot hand the zoo to another generation. No, we want to end it. Build a generation, a standard where people will live like human beings. We want to set a record in Africa. We want to wake up our African brothers and sisters to show them an example of how it looks to be free. That is our determination. Investing into our future. The restoration of Biafra we are seeing today is not about us. So many of us today who are fighting for Biafra, struggling and do one of these things, will not be there to enjoy it. There are people in this struggle who are already 80 years of old, 70 years, 60 years. How long more do you know you need? How many years more do you need? After our freedom, it will take time for us to build Biafra and make it what it should look like. after the freedom is a step forward. Once we have our own nation, then the building starts. That building is going to take years to build before we can arrive to the standard that we want. So many of us will not be here at that time. We will not be here, but we will be remembered. Every video I'm making today, whether I'm there or not there, I will remember because of all the videos. The videos you are sharing on your platform, the messages you are typing, the words you are saying, the contributions you are making to the struggle, financial contribution, any contribution you're making in one way or the other, will stand for you and you will be remembered. Today, you see once in a while, we bump into people who played one role or the other during the Civil War. Today, we talk about our eternal leader, Dim Odumogojuku. We talk about General Effiong. We talk about so many people that play different kinds of roles. Sometimes we see videos that what transpired during the Civil War, you see people speaking, fighting, people who were protesting, people who you see them on videos, and you remember them. We appreciate them. In the same vein, you and I will be remembered in time to come. Building in your future. It is not about today. It is about tomorrow. It's about tomorrow. So when you are looking into the struggle, do not be selfish in it. Do not deal with it as if it is about you. It is about the collective interest of more than 70 million people. It is about the future of more than 70 million people, their generation unborn. It is not just about you. Always remember that collective interest. Remember it and pursue it diligently. Pursue it sincerely. And I bet you, your life will never remain the same. Fellow Biafran that are watching, wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to continue to pray for the Liberation Army. These are people who has invested their life into the future. You are making contribution. You are investing money. Some of us are investing our energy, investing our time. But there are people who has invested their own life into this very struggle. The Liberation Army, the Eastern Security Network, they have invested their own life. Do you know that some of them go down when they go out to defend you? Many have lost their life in the course of this struggle. They have invested their life to make sure they give you a life. For you to make your financial contribution. You don't want to do that. You are feeling cheated. You think it is about you. You think it's about Mazi Simon Ekpa. You think it's about Mazi Nandekam. But some people have laid down their life. They have invested their own life into your future. The volunteer force that are fighting for Biafra today, volunteer army, they are not being paid. Every time they are asking for tools to do the work. The only thing we do is to support them and sustain them. They are not paid. How much can you pay a man for his life? How much can you pay a man to lay down his life for another man? These people on their own invest their own life into our future. And some of us take it for granted. Some of us take it for a joke. It is not a joke. I want you to get this message and get it straight. The restoration of Biafra is something that must be taken serious. It is an investment into our future. It is about our generation unborn. We have passed this road for a very long time. And the time has come for us to put an end to it. Invest on your future. That is the best way to go. So wherever you are watching me on this program, if you have not picked up a responsibility in this struggle, please do so. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Invest. It is a wise investment to make. That is how the Western world you are seeing today, that is how they invest on themselves. Most of the Western world, I tell you, they have 50 years plan ahead. 100 years plan. There are certain buildings you see in the Western world. Some building you will see 50 years guarantee. 100 years guarantee. That is how they build. Unlike in the zoo, where they will not even give you a guarantee of a month in a house. A government contract, you see road in the zoo. A road in the zoo does not even have a guarantee. They don't even have a guarantee of 6 months. Some not even of 1 month. Some even while the road is being built, it is being destroyed immediately, and nobody cares. And you want us to continue to fold our hands and pretend all is well. All is not well. All is not well, and we will not continue to be part of this wicked entity called the zoo. We have to end it. We have to end it. The Biafran people are very different people. We are very, very different people. Intellectuals. Every one of us are intellectuals. We have something in our brain. The only problem we have is that they are not giving us a conducive space for us to use what we have upstairs. They are scared of what we have. They do not want us to explore. They don't want us to expand. They are scared of their expansion. They don't want us to expand. They want us to remain stagnant. And we said, enough is enough. We cannot continue in this path. We cannot continue to pretend that it's not happening. Every Biafran in Biafran land, wherever you are, prepare yourself and invest in your future. How do you invest in your future? Invest in your freedom. Today we have seen people who are coming out to put their life on the line. You have the de facto government in homeland. There are people who are working for Biafra on the ground, investing in their future, doing things, everything humanly possible to see that Biafrans are together and that we're going home. That is the right decision. If you're one of those who is investing on today, engaging in being an informant, when you are an Oswimi, I know the only thing that can make you to be an informant is because you are investing on today. That is the only thing that makes you to go get into the act of being an Oswimi. An informant is only investing on today because he's hungry. Because of what he will eat today, he betrays his own brother. That is why you see somebody who has fought for Biafra before, a member of ESN, coming out in broad daylight to go against his own brother because of what he will eat. Instead of investing on your future, he's investing on today. Because the government of today is in charge and what they say happens. Now, you betray your future. You are working for a government that will last for only 4 years. At most, 8 years. After 8 years, have you asked yourself what is going to be your fate? People are investing on what will last forever. But look at you, investing in a government that will last 4 years, at most 8 years. It is because you have no plan to invest on the future. You are investing on today. You are investing on your stomach, what you will eat, what you intend to get. You haven't asked yourself, after the 8 years, then what? After you have worked for the devil for 8 years, then what? Then the next years of your life, you continue to run from pillar to pole. The rest of your life, you continue to run away from the evil that you have committed. These are people who don't care about their future. And for those of them who don't care about their future, we will push them to where they belong. Every informant working against the Biafran restoration, every informant that is working against Biafra, acting as an informant against his own brother, that same call you used to feel for your brother, that same thing you wish for your brother will be before you. It will definitely before you. You are going to fall. You will fall in such a way that it will be better that you're not born. Every one of us as Biafra must be focused on the right path. Don't allow anybody anywhere to distract you. Do not listen to any lie, propaganda from anywhere. It does not matter who it is. It doesn't matter who sent them. It doesn't matter who they're working for. No matter who they are, do not buy into any distraction of any sign of any thought. Fellow Biafrans that are watching, today is Sunday. If you are going to church, you still go to church and pray for Biafra. If you're not going to church, stay at home and meditate. Think about your future. Think about how you are going to invest in your future. And one of the best way for a Biafran to invest in the future is to support the restoration of Biafra. One of the best and easiest way to invest in your future as a Biafran is to make sure that you contribute to the restoration of Biafra. Contribute, most importantly, financially. It will benefit you. You are investing in yourself. It's an investment into your future. When you make your contribution to it, it's an investment. We are trying to build a nation, a time when your unborn children will not have need to worry. I can bet you there are some countries of this world today in the West where when a child is born, he doesn't got to worry about what he will eat. He doesn't got to worry how to pay school fees. He doesn't got to worry accommodation. He doesn't got to worry about transportation. He doesn't got to worry about light. These are basic rights of every human being in 21st century. But in the Zoological Republic, when a child is born, he's going to get worried about survival. The parents are going to get worried how they're going to train that child in school. They are going to get worried even when they have suffered and trained that child, how the child can get a job. After getting a job, they are going to get worried how this child will be secured and will not die in the hands of the enemies. They are going to get worried how the child will get a house, accommodation, have a car. In 21st century, let me tell you, car is no longer a problem if you are in a good country. Car, so many things, accommodations, car, house is not a problem. As long as you have a job, you are entitled to these things. They are your basic rights as a citizen of a country. It is your basic right to have your own home. You say this house is my home. It is your basic right to use any car you want to use as long as you're working. It is a question of applying. And then the money will be deducted from your account every month. You own your own house, paying for mortgage, paying for your own house instrumentally. You don't have to get worried. But in the Zoological Republic in Biafra land today, people have to get worried what they will eat, what they will drink, how they will build a house, how they will build a car. In the process, people engage in all manner of destructive things. People engage in all manner of wickedness. People engage in all manner of atrocities because they are trying to survive. Survival is something that belongs to every man. Every man will always fight to survive. As long as on this planet Earth, it is something that everyone must engage in. That is why you have a government to plan and make certain things easy for you so that people can now concentrate and think properly. The reason why you see chaos in the Zoological Republic, the reason why you see greed, envy, and jealousy is because the government of the zoo has no plan for any single person. People are surviving on their own. To your tent, O Israel. Whatever you know you can do to survive, you do it. They create a jungle where even animals eat each other to survive, and there's not anything wrong about it. They create a situation where animals eat each other, and they see that as a system. They don't see it as a crime. They don't see it as something wrong with it because of the situation of the country. But in a country where you have a government that is well planned, you will sit back and think there are certain things you don't get yourself involved. Why must you be troubling yourself on how to buy a car when you know that all you need to do is to go to school, come out, own a job, and then you apply for any car you want to? Why must you be fighting your brother on how to own a house or what, how to get a house and build a mansion? When you know that after your education and graduation, all you need to do is apply for a house and you need to pay instrumentally. But in a situation where you are being left on your own to survive, you make provision for yourself. And you see in Nigeria, where in families, you have some families that have up to 5 children, 6, 7 children. And you expect that one man to provide everyone. He can only provide for 1 or 2 or do a little he can, and the rest. When the children grow up, they are left on their own to struggle and survive and do anything they can to survive. And when you leave a man to survive, a man will always go extra mile to survive. Nobody will fold his hand and become a beggar. Everybody will face that challenge of survival because there is no system to support people. There's no system to give people hope. There's no system. There's nothing you will look upon and you say, from this time to this time, this will be better. If they're saying have patience based on what? What is the base of the patient? If you want to advise somebody, say, oh, don't do this, how patient is going to be better. Based on what? What is the yardstick that you're going to show the person and say it's going to be better? There's no pointer to show you that things are going to be better tomorrow. And that is why you see chaos in the zoo. Survival of the fittest, animal eating each other, jungle. What we are doing today is to establish a nation where human beings can take like human beings. We want to put a nation where we can strive as humans, build a standard that will favor everybody. If you are a Biafra, wherever you are on the planet Earth today, I urge you, in the name of Chukwu Okikabia, to be focused. Support the Biafra government in exile any way you can support. Whatever you can do to make sure that our freedom comes, please do so. If you can contribute financially, don't hesitate. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. Just follow that very flyer. Follow that link of payment. Look for the flyer. Follow the link. Go there and make your payment at all times. Some people are already making their payment weekly. Some are making their payment monthly. Some have already tabled it and made it automatic. Weekly, monthly. Even if it is $5, $10, going out every time for the restoration, for your freedom, investing in your future, it is not bad. I pray that Chukwu Okikabia will guide and protect us all as Biafrans. Wherever you are today, I pray that Chukwu Okikabia will help us to sustain the victory we have won so far. The success and progress that we have made so far in this restoration of Biafra, I pray that Chukwu Okikabia will give us the strength to sustain it until we become completely free. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect every Biafran that participated in the program. Thank you so much for your participation, for giving me your time in a free day, in a day you're supposed to be relaxing, in a day that some of us are supposed to be resting. Still, you have your time, you spend your time with me, you spend your time to watch this program and share with families. I appreciate you, and I pray that Chukwu Okikabia will guide and protect you wherever you are watching this program from. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Thank you so much for all your support. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect everybody in Owerri State, Okigwe State, and Olo State. The old Imo states. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect every one of you on that area. And every Biafran across the world that is supporting what is going, may Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect the ESN, the Liberation Army, the Strike Force, the Black Marine, and all the forces that are fighting today for Biafra. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect every one of you. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect all our media warriors and their families. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect every member of the federal government in Homeland. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect every member of the Biafra government inside. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okikabia guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba. We commit him into the hand of Chukwu Okikabia for divine victory, divine favor, wherever he is. We commit him in the hand of Chukwu Okikabia for protection, for strength, for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, for spirit of discernment, that he will be able to discern words and take the right decision at the right time. May Chukwu Okikabia continue to guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi. We pray for healing for his life. We pray for strength for him. We pray for favor in his life. We pray for grace on him. We pray that Mazi Nnamdi will be free and he will join us very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi, shall prosper. I appreciate every one of you that have contributed to one another in this very program. Thank you so much for joining me. And we will see you again in the evening. I will still come back on Troops for Survival in the evening to preach this gospel as always. If you cannot join in the evening, you can still join me tomorrow, same time. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Thank you for your support. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. Thank you so much and stay blessed.